Introducing a breakthrough in myostatin reduction. MyoX can help support your goals for massive gains, increased strength, and faster recovery. Flex Magazine calls MyoX a new breakthrough in muscle building and body transformation science. For more information, go to mhpstrong.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Dominican Republic, please welcome Victor Martinez.
Larry, what a treat to be able to hear all of the different actions that these interactions that these top 20 guys have had with Joe Weider over the years.
Yeah,
fascinating.
It is, and I think, you know, the crazy thing is when you create an industry from which thousands of people make livings.
Right.
I think that's something that you leave as that legacy. And Victor Martinez, when he said the greatest thing that's ever happened in his career, that's saying something, because this is a guy who has had a great career. 2007 Arnold Classic champion. In 2007, he was second at the Mr. Olympia. Many people had him winning that Olympia. And this is his 8th Mr. Olympia. So, Victor, a long storied career and really a study in perseverance and coming back from adversity.
And Larry, there's been a lot of talk about Dexter Jackson throughout this competition because he's 43 years old and he's been able to maintain. Victor Martinez is 40. He looks phenomenal.
Yeah, he does. I think the reason that there's so much talk about Dexter is, number one, Dexter's fighting for a top 5 spot.
Sure.
Victor looks to be middle of the pack. And Dexter is just so consistent, whereas Vic, we see him come in with different looks, and sometimes he nails it, sometimes he doesn't. I think Victor just needs more time to get his muscle back. He shared with me last night that he only started training 3 months before he was second at the New York Pro and won in Toronto. So he's only been back in the gym for about 7 months after having been incarcerated, breaking his arm. So he looks phenomenal for that amount of time.
And there was a lot of talk about how Big Ramey dwarfed him a bit at that show in New York, but you're saying he only had 3 months of training at the time, so that's very telling as to why potentially that happened.
It is, and he said he's about 10 pounds heavier here than he was in New York. And looks fuller. His conditioning is good, but I think Victor just needs more time. But Big Ramey's going to dwarf a lot of people regardless how much time
He's
they
a monster,
have to
man.
train.
I just see him walking around backstage, and sort of he actually has to turn sideways to get through a door.
And I think Victor looks better tonight than he did last night. I think he's filled out some more, and he's maintained his condition. I still think he's probably going to end up in that mid-pack, but maybe it's enough to get him towards the tail end of that top 10.
Give it up for the Dominican Dominator, Victor Martinez.
Larry predicting a middle of the pack finish for Victor.